The factory came alive every morning before the sun fully rose. As soon as the machines were switched on, a constant roar filled the air, metal striking metal, engines humming, compressors vibrating the walls. To the untrained ear, it was just sound, but to those working there, it was noise, unwanted, exhausting, and slowly harmful. In occupational health and safety, this noise was more than an inconvenience. It was an invisible hazard that followed workers throughout their shifts, hour after hour. Ahmed had worked on the shop floor for years, and at first he barely noticed the sound. Over time, however, the noise began to leave its mark. Conversations became difficult, instructions were often misunderstood, and by the end of the day, his head felt heavy. Like many workers, he did not realize that prolonged exposure to high noise levels was damaging his hearing. Gradually, the warning signs appeared: ringing in the ears that did not fade, difficulty hearing normal speech, and a constant feeling of irritation. This was noise-induced hearing loss, a common occupational disease that develops slowly and is often permanent. The effects of noise did not stop at hearing. The continuous exposure increased stress levels among workers, making them anxious and fatigued. Some complained of headaches and poor sleep, while others showed signs of high blood pressure and reduced concentration. In such an environment, safety was also compromised. Warning alarms were masked by the machinery, verbal instructions were missed, and the risk of accidents increased. Noise, though unseen, had become a serious threat to both health and safety in the workplace. Recognizing this danger, the management decided to act, following the principles of occupational health and safety. The first step was to control noise at its source. Old, poorly maintained machines were repaired or replaced with quieter models. Noisy equipment was enclosed with sound-absorbing panels, and silencers were installed where possible. Vibrating machines were isolated from the main work areas, reducing the spread of sound across the factory floor. Administrative measures followed to further protect workers. Shifts were reorganized so that no one spent excessive time near the loudest machines. Workers were rotated between tasks, and noisy operations were scheduled for limited periods. Clear policies were introduced to define safe exposure limits, and regular noise monitoring became part of routine safety inspections. Despite these efforts, some noise could not be eliminated. For this reason, personal protective equipment became essential. Workers were provided with earplugs and earmuffs and trained on their correct use. Regular hearing tests were introduced to detect early signs of hearing loss, ensuring timely action before permanent damage occurred. Awareness sessions helped workers understand that noise was not just part of the job, but a preventable hazard. Over time, the factory changed. The environment became safer, communication improved, and workers felt less exhausted at the end of the day. The story of that workplace reflects a broader truth in occupational health and safety. Noise, when ignored, silently damages health and increases risk, but when properly controlled through engineering solutions, administrative planning, and personal protection, it can be managed effectively. In doing so, workplaces protect not only the hearing of their workers, but their overall well-being, safety, and dignity.